How to fix low system memory error and game crashes. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today, we are tackling one of the most frustrating issues gamers face on modern systems, specifically sudden crashes, accompanied by low system memory errors. During our recent lab tests with high-performance setups like the Ryzen 5 5600 and RTX 4060, we noticed games like Counter-Strike 2 and Fortnite suddenly freezing and crashing to the desktop. Teknobalta's analysis revealed that this is rarely a permanent hardware failure, but rather a severe resource allocation issue within Windows. We have compiled a comprehensive, step-by-step diagnostic guide to completely eliminate this memory bottleneck. Let us dive into the ultimate technical solutions to restore your system stability. Our primary investigation showed that inadequate virtual memory is the leading cause of these sudden game crashes. To fix this, press the Windows key, type Advanced System Settings, and navigate to the Performance tab to adjust your page file. Uncheck the Automatic Management option, select your fastest SSD, and set a custom size with the initial and maximum fields matching at least 1.5 times your total physical RAM. Teknobalta engineers emphasize that a custom page file cannot function if your storage drive is completely full. We recommend maintaining at least 20% free space on your primary Windows drive to allow seamless virtual memory allocation. Deleting temporary files and moving large media to a secondary drive will instantly improve paging efficiency. During our rigorous testing, we discovered that Windows often fails to release standby memory during intense gaming sessions. Downloading and configuring the Intelligent Standby List Cleaner will force the operating system to automatically purge cached memory. Set the software to clear the list whenever free memory drops below 1 GB to prevent sudden game freezing. Before altering more software settings, it is crucial to verify the physical integrity of your RAM modules. Press the Windows key, search for the Windows Memory Diagnostic tool, and choose to restart and check for problems immediately. Our diagnostic protocols always include this step to rule out hardware-level memory address corruption. The SysMain service, formerly known as Superfetch, attempts to preload apps into RAM, but often causes massive memory leaks in modern games. Open the Windows Services menu, locate SysMain, right-click to access its properties, and change the startup type to disabled. This specific adjustment significantly reduced memory overhead during our internal benchmarking. Corrupted graphics drivers frequently misallocate video RAM, forcing the system to overflow data into your standard system memory. We highly recommend using the Display Driver Uninstaller utility in safe mode to completely wipe your current NVIDIA or AMD drivers. Afterward, install the latest driver package directly from the manufacturer to ensure optimal memory routing. Hardware-accelerated GPU scheduling can improve performance, but sometimes conflicts with specific game engines, leading to memory allocation crashes. Navigate to your Windows display settings, find the Graphics Settings menu, and disable this feature if you are experiencing severe instability. Restart your computer to apply the changes and test your game for improved stability. Our testing showed that multiple background applications silently consume gigabytes of system memory before a game even launches. Open the Task Manager, navigate to the Startup Apps tab, and disable unnecessary programs like game launchers, RGB software, and cloud synchronization tools. This guarantees that your games have maximum priority over your hardware resources. Corrupted Windows system files can directly interfere with how the operating system manages physical memory. Open the command prompt as an administrator and run the System File Checker command to automatically scan and replace damaged files. Following that, run the deployment. Windows visual animations look great, but consume valuable memory that could be utilized by demanding game engines. Access the Advanced System Settings, click on Performance, and select the option to adjust for best performance. This strips away unnecessary UI rendering loads, giving your processor and RAM more breathing room. Microsoft introduces full-screen optimizations to improve overlay compatibility, but this layer often triggers memory access violations. Locate the main executable file of the crashing game, right-click to open its properties, and navigate to the Compatibility tab. Check the box to disable full-screen optimizations and apply the changes to ensure direct hardware access. Teknobalta's hardware team frequently resolves deep-level memory instability by simply updating the motherboard firmware. Download the latest BIOS revision from your motherboard manufacturer's support page and flash it using a secure USB drive. This often introduces critical microcode updates that improve dual-channel memory communication and overall system stability. Sometimes the solution is entirely physical, as micro-vibrations can slightly dislodge memory sticks over time. Power down your system, unplug the power cable, and carefully remove your RAM modules before snapping them firmly back into the optimal slots. Ensuring they are seated in the correct dual-channel configuration is vital for maximum bandwidth and stability. While XMP profiles maximize your RAM speed, aggressive factory overclocks can sometimes lead to microerrors that crash games. Enter your motherboard BIOS and try lowering your memory frequency by one step, or manually adjusting the voltage slightly to ensure stable operation. Our testing confirmed that a slight underclock can permanently eliminate low memory errors on unstable kits. Setting texture resolutions beyond your graphics card capacity forces the engine to dump massive asset files into your standard system RAM. Lower your in-game texture settings to high or medium, ensuring you stay well within your specific video RAM limit. This simple graphical adjustment drastically reduces the strain on your primary system memory. The Xbox game bar constantly records background footage, secretly eating up gigabytes of memory and storage bandwidth. Go to your Windows settings, navigate to the gaming section, and completely disable the game bar and background recording features. We also recommend turning off Discord and Steam overlays to free up additional system resources. Malicious software, specifically hidden crypto miners, will stealthily max out your RAM and CPU usage while you play. Run a comprehensive offline scan using a reputable anti-malware solution to detect and eliminate any deeply embedded threats. Securing your system ensures that your hardware is entirely dedicated to rendering your games. Finally, as noted in our hardware teardowns, sudden black screens under heavy load can mimic memory errors, but actually originate from power supply degradation. Use reliable monitoring software to check your rail voltages during a synthetic stress test to ensure your components are receiving clean power. Upgrading to a higher wattage power supply will resolve any underlying hardware suffocation. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.